it. Okay, so let's start our today's lecture. Before starting the lecture, you know that there are some rules for the online class that you need to be punctual and ready to learn. Mute your microphones when you are not speaking. Raise your virtual hands when you need to speak and keep your cameras on and stay focused. I hope that these rules are very clear to you and you knew it that we have actually started long day ago rational numbers chapter number 2 unit number 2, right? That rational number is somehow explained in detail in the class online classes, and you have a better concept of rational numbers. While I am asking about why I am telling you again and again about the rational number, that this is the standard form of rational number, the denominator should not be equal to 0, etc., 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 etc. So everything relates to the concept. And these concepts are, okay, just a second. These concepts are actually related to somehow the real life and somehow the hypothetical life of mathematics. So l- let me start from the scratch from the properties. I hope you have studied these properties and there, but these properties must be in your mind throughout this chapter and throughout the other chapters because this is the base of mathematics. Okay, there are some fundamental properties of mathematics. The first one is identity, the next one is commutative, and the third one is associative. There is a fourth one which is distributive property of multiplication over addition or of addition over multiplication. Right? Mariam Abdul Hamid, please turn on the camera. So, what I will be doing, I am going to start from the scratch from the identity. What do you understand by the word identity? Only tell me the meaning of identity. Anyone who can tell me the meaning of identity? Anyone? Identity. What is the basic meaning of identity? Then we will be starting our lecture. Anyone? No one knows what is the meaning of identity? No one knows? No one knows? What is the meaning of identity? Oh, that's not possible. That's not even possible. Vanya Vakar, can you tell me what is the meaning of identity? A simple meaning of identity. What is identity? In English, we say identity. What does it mean in Urdu? Yes. Tell me. Don't be confused. Just tell me.
Something someone is known as.
Oh, yes. Someone is known as Anaya Rehan. Anaya Rehan, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Tell me. Tell me.
What?
Identity.
Identity?
Huh? Yes.
Ma'am, it basically means like
Hmm? Yes. Like.
हम उर्दू में अगर कहें तो इसका मतलब पहचान होता है.
Yes. That's what I was asking. One boy is also raising the hand. Out of many, only one boy raised the hand. Yes, yes. Ahmed Rakan, please turn on the camera. Where is Muhammad Musa? Muhammad Musa, Muhammad Musa. Yes, 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 Muhammad Musa.
Ma'am, identity means recognition.
Recognition. First of all, turn on the camera. Identity means recognition. Okay. Why I'm saying the basic meaning of identity? Because what if I will say that my name is Tehreem Shiraz, right? I will say, and yes, I am. My name is Tehreem Shiraz. I will say that I am going to another country. Whether my name will be changed? No, only the destination will be changed. What if I will say that I like chocolates? My name is not changing. My name is not even changing. What I will do? What I will do? My name is not even changing. My identity will remains the same. What I will do, I am saying that whether I will go anywhere in the world, whether I will eat anything in the world, whether I will be doing anything in the world, my identity remains the same, which means that my identity is same. So whenever identity added to anything, it remains unchanged. Why I'm telling you this? Why I'm telling you this? For example, if I am saying you that what is additive identity and what is multiplicative identity? Coming towards the mathematics, I am saying that anything, if if anything, or I must say if zero is specifically added to any number, the identity remains unchanged. The identity remains unchanged. I will say that I don't do this. If I will say that my name is Tehreem Shiraz, I like chocolates, my identity remains the same. If zero is adding in any of the word, the identity remains unchanged. That is additive identity. That is additive identity. I will say 2 plus 0. It will always be 2, right? So whenever anything zero is added to any number, whenever zero is added to any number, the identity remains unchanged. What if I am saying multiplicative identity? If one is multiplying with any number, the identity remains unchanged. If one is multiplying with any number, identity remains unchanged. For example, I will say 2 multiply 1, the answer is 2. I will say 3 multiply 1, the answer is 3. I will say 4 multiply 1, the answer is 4. Right? I am saying again and again that if one is multiplying with anything, the answers remains the same, identity remains the same, and if 0 is adding to any numbers, the identity remains the same. Why I'm not saying that when 0 is multiplying with any number, the identity remains the same? Because this is not even possible. If 0 is multiplying with any number, the answer will be 0. Identity will not remains change. The identity will not be remains the same. It will be changed to 0. It means that 0 when added to any number, identity remains unchanged. But if 1 is multiplying to any number, identity remains unchanged. The concept is clear: multiplicative identity and the additive identity. If you have any question, you can raise your hands. You can raise your hands. No answer? No, sorry, no question? Okay, nice. Coming towards the next thing, that is actually the second property, which is commutative property of addition. Then I will say commutative property of multiplication. Now, just listen to me very carefully. What if I will say that it will take 10 minutes to reach from home to my school? It will take 10 minutes to reach from home to my school. Then how much time it will take from school to home back? Anyone? Anaya, yes. I heard it. Yes.
Ma'am, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Because it is same. Because it is same. Whether I am going in a same direction and I'm coming in a same direction, the answer remains unchanged. It means that if I can be changing the position of the alphabets, it will remain unchanged. That is actually commutative property of addition. For example, I will say 2 plus 3. I'm changing the place from home towards school and from school towards home. The answer will be same. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear? Okay. Now, can you give me any other example related to daily life about commutative property of addition? About commutative property of addition. Daily life, as I told you that the distance between school to home and home to school is same. Any other example? If you can give me any other example, just raise your hands. If you can give me any other example, raise your hands. Anyone? Just raise your hands. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for everyone. Just raise your hands from the boys' side. Boys. Rafe, can you give me another example of commutative property? I'm saying the distance from school to home to school and school to home is same. Then any other example? Yo, Taha. Yes, Taha. Yes, Taha. Yes. Unmute yourself, Taha. Taha, unmute.
मैम मैम जिस तरह आपके पास 50 रुपीज हैं और 20 आप अपने फ्रेंड को दे देते हो तो 20 आपका फ्रेंड आपको देता है तो आपके पास तब भी 70 रुपीज रहेंगे और अगर आपके पास 20 रुपीज है और आपका फ्रेंड आपको 50 रुपीज देता है तब भी 70 रुपीज है बनते हैं टोटल
Sidewise, I can say that this is correct. I can regenerate your example. If I will say that I have 50 rupees, my father gave me 20 rupees more, then I will be having 70 rupees, right? Same is the case. My father gave me 20 rupees to my brother, right? And he have already 50 rupees. The example will be somehow same, that whether I will take the ear from this side or from this side, the answer will remain unchanged, right? Now coming towards the properties of commutative with respect to multiply, with respect to multiplication. If I am saying, just give me the, I am giving you one example. I am sitting in a square room. I'm sitting in a square room, right? I will rotate the room. I will rotate the room. I will rotate the room, right? Can this square will become rectangle? No. Can this square will become a rectangle? No, a big no. Or if I can say that the area remains unchanged. If I will take the position from this to this side, the area will remain unchanged, right? What if I will say that this whole house has a total area of 5 marla, 5 marla. I will do any of the construction, whether I will be making 2 rooms, 1 room, the area remains unchanged. That is commutative property of multiplication. Whether the number of rows and columns will be changed, 2 columns and rows, the answer remains unchanged. Let me give you an example. What if I will say 2 multiply 5? If I read the table of 2, 10 will be at 2 multiply 5. What if I read the table of 5? 10 will be at 5 multiply 2. Is this clear? Is this clear? If you have any question related to commutative property of multiplication, you can raise your hands. The question is very simple, that whenever you change the place of the digits, the multiplied answer will remain unchanged. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. Or if not, then I have to move further. So let's move further. The next property is somehow a little bit confusing, associative property of addition. When I am talking about only 2 things, when I am talking about only 2 numbers, when I am talking about only 2 digits, 2 numbers, sorry, I will be talking about the commutative property of addition and multiplication, right? But what if I am talking about associative property of addition? The answer will be with 3 figures. What if I am using 3 figures? Commutative will not apply at 3 figures. Associative will be applied on 3 figures, right? Let me give you an example related to the friendships. Related to the friendships. There is a trio of friends, 3 friends, right? You must be closest to the only one. Out of the two, you must be closest to only one friend, right? For that, you will be making a pair. For that, you will be making a pair. How I'm going to do it? Just see this. For example, there are 3 friends, A, B, and C. There are 3 friends, A, B, and C. A and B are very good friends. A and B are very good friends. They just have a common friend, that is C. They just have a common friend, that is C. They share each and everything with A share everything with B, B share everything with A. But they share only some common things with C, right? They associated themselves in a bracket, in a certain bracket. What if I will say that somehow they got a friendship breakup. They got a friendship breakup and B changes the place with C. B associated with C. What will be doing? B will now tell all the secrets to C rather than A. Is this clear to everyone? It should be more than clear with the help of this friendship example, because it is related to actually our real life. This is actually related to our real life, that we are actually closest to only one person. But what if there must be some friendship breakup? Then we will be changing the place. So we associate ourselves from one place to the other place. The answers remains the same. We will be still 3 friends. We will be still 3 friends, right? Now I'm giving you an example. What if I will write 2 plus 3 plus 5 and 2 plus 3 plus 5, right? We knew it. According to the Bottom's rule, we have to solve the brackets first. The answer will be 5 plus 5, 10. What if 2 plus 8, the answer will be 10. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? So this is associative property of addition. If you change the grouping of the terms, the answer remains unchanged. If you change the grouping of the terms, the answer remains unchanged. Just memorize, just remember this thing, that if you change the place, if you are changing the parentheses, if you are changing the brackets of the digits, then you will be having the same answer, right? This is actually same as the associative property of multiplication, because this is as simple as we are saying, what if you can change the grouping of the numbers, the answer will remain unchanged. For example, I can say 2 multiply 3. I grouped first 2 terms and next term will be all alone. Then I will be grouping next 2 terms, first term will be all alone. What I will do? 6 multiply 4, 2 multiply 12. The answer will be 24 equals 24. Is this right? If you change the parentheses, if you change the grouping of the digits of the numbers, the answers remains unchanged. Is this clear to everyone? Boys side, if you have any question, you can ask me anytime. No question from the boys side. Good, very good. Okay, now what if I am going to tell you some other things? Can you see this? Can you see this? What is this? A sad face? A sad face, right? This is the sad face. Oh, this is the sad face. Whenever you are sad, whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel low, can you show it to others? Can you show it to others? What if you are actually sad from inside? You are actually sad from inside. You cannot show it to anyone. You will be in the wall of your heart. It will be in the wall of your heart. But what if you go in front of the world, you will be like this one, right? You will be like this one. Whenever you feel sad from inside, you cannot tell anyone. You can only tell yourself that I'm sad. But what if you have to go in front of the world? You will be always smiling. No one knows what is deep inside, right? If you break the wall, it will always be a smiling face. If you break the walls, it will always be a smiling face. What if I can say that this negative sign, when break the walls, it will always become positive? Negative inside the wall will always break the wall and it will always be positive. But this positive inside the wall can never be negative. It will always be positive. If you have positive, you get positive, right? If there is a positive feeling, you will be having a positive feeling, you will be having positive things. This is the concept of absolute value in real life. This is the concept of absolute value in real life. That's why math is actually related to our personal lives as well, right? What if I will say that this -2 inside the wall will become +2 when it comes outside the wall? What is the concept of absolute then with related to the maths? The absolute concept states that anything negative will ever become a positive. This is the concept of absolute. Is this clear to everyone? The concept of absolute, right? The concept of absolute is as clear that negative can never be negative. We can always convert this negativity into a positivity. This is the concept of absolute value in real life, that if you are sad from inside, do not show it to the world. You always show the positive side to the world, right? So this is the question number 10 of your book. This is the question number 10 of your book, where the question is, for example, -3. This is the sign of absolute. I am saying this is the sign of absolute, but I always tell that this is the wall of negativity. This is the wall of negativity. Just break it out and make it positive, right? And if the question is already in a positive inside the wall, make it double positive. It will always be positive. It will always be positive. So I hope you can easily solve question number 10 by yourself. Because in question number 10, the concept of absolute value is already there. Yes, Wali? Yes, Wali, what is the question?
मैम क्लास ओवर हो गई है.
I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Yes, Maham. Yes, Maham.
Ma'am, can you tell them not to spam?
Okay. 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 Now, this is up for today's lecture. I hope you have studied something related to the concepts. Umar Gul, I know the question will be very off from your side. So I knew I have taken your 2 minutes more. So that's up for today's lecture. Just make sure you will be finish your work from, you will be completing the exercise 2C wherever you are in the class. So just give me a message if you cannot understand anything. Till now, take care. I'm going to sign it out. Take care.